We want color. And that's what this is all about, is really, seeing color and expressing with color. But we want there to be a sense of reality, like people are going to look at it and kind of get lost in the feeling of the painting. That's kind of a complicated one, whereas Stephen chose this one.
Yeah, in retrospect, that would have been complicated enough.
This one's pretty complicated too.
I was just gonna say, yeah.
The reason that this is less complicated, though, is very similar to what we've been doing. You have very clear cut sections. So this is very clear that this is, the sky section. Then you've got, remember how I have you break things down into shapes. So the beginning of that wave painting, everything is broken down into shapes. You've got your shadow shapes, your light shapes, even in a complicated wave scene, there are definite areas that are isolated and have their own qualities. So same thing with this. It's very clear that that's the sky. Then this is very clear, this background mass of land, that's something separate from any other part. Then you've got this section here that is very clear, its own little shape. Then the haystack is its shape. And just like the blocks, you've got your shadow shapes on the tabletop, so to speak, like this is the tabletop. So to me, this would be less complicated because you got clear cut, defined sections. Whereas with this.
Yes, I would totally agree after doing this.
So, I mean, it's still a good exercise, and regardless of where anyone's at in their development as a painter, I never got to do this, but I did talk about it because I lived in Illinois for a year and a half, and I would go to the Chicago Museum, and they have a lot of beautiful impressionist painters that I love there. And one of them is a John Singer Sargent that is just beautiful, of this woman sitting in a chair, and it's a well-known painting. And I had asked about actually going there to paint. Like museums will let you set up an easel, with an appointment to paint in the museum and copy the master's work. And that is like an amazing way to learn.